Hey everyone, welcome to Rav the Expert channel. If you are meeting me for the first time, I'm Rav the Expert and I teach online and I help others who wants to scale as a remote worker to scale up, know the right tools to use and the right gadgets to keep investing because definitely gadgets and tools are one of the critical things that we need to make our workflow good. So if you're an online tutor and you're looking for the ultimate digital whiteboard, you're in the right place. If you are yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscribe button right now. I know you are right there. You can see the subscribe button below. Do that right away and let's get into the video. So I'm going to be showing you exactly why Microsoft OneNote is my favorite tool for teaching KS 2 and 3 students. That's KS 2 and KS 3 students in elementary 3 or year 3 all the way to year 9. I use this effectively to teach maths and sciences across these classes. And it has been great, right? I use this to prepare and it always saves me a whole lot of time. It doesn't make me start thinking of all the materials that I've prepared for. Probably if I want to move my files and all of that, because all of this information are properly stored in the OneNote. If you know how to use it well and you know how to sync it well with your OneDrive, you will not really have any issue or any problem, even if you lose your system or your SSD dies, because SSD usually die. At least I've had an experience like that before when my SSD died, but I did not start afresh. I did not start thinking of, oh, my document, oh, and all of that. No, because everything is synced to your Microsoft account, right? So the first thing you are going to do, I'm going to share my screen right now. I'm going to share my screen right now. I'm going to show you from the very basics, and you're going to understand why this is the right way to use it. Now, okay, you're seeing a whole lot of screen. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open my browser here and I'm going to open this. So they are already, I've already set up this previously, but what I'm literally doing is to, let me do that again. Uh, yes, let's see. I wanted to open another tab. Okay, but even if it doesn't, what I will do, I'll probably use this second one. Okay, good. So you can see this, right? Now I've not done anything right here. Like I don't use this I mean I don't use this email account for my OneNote. I mean to store my OneNote. All right. But the first thing you want to do is you want to go to, no need of writing, no need of typing Microsoft 365. Though people use Microsoft 365. But what I do is that I type in OneDrive, but you can also type in Microsoft 365. And when you get Microsoft 365, the first thing you want to do is you want to create an account. So you see this sign in here. Now I'm going to click on it and let's see if I'll be able to. Now, if you don't have an account, I would advise you to create an account. Now, this video is not for creating an account, so I'm not going to dwell much on how to create an account. You just click here and you follow all the listing ways of signing in like this. If I impute this now, I click on next. You see it's going on right here, and they'll tell you that we'll send you a code to sign you in. So if you click on send code, they'll send you a code and you'll be able to log in. Now I don't want to use this to log in because I've already logged in on my main OneNote or my main OneDrive account. So let me just switch over to where I'm logged in already. Right now, this is where I'm logged in. Don't mind all of these tabs. I usually restore all these tabs, not one by one. It's already on one window of the Chrome browser. So I'll just restore the history so I can continue from where I stop whenever I want to have online class. So the first thing to do is after logging in, you should already be in your Microsoft 365 account. And what you want to do is you want to go to your OneDrive. Now look at this. This is OneDrive. You see, there are other tools, but the main thing you need is the OneDrive. And the reason why you need the OneDrive is because the OneDrive is a cloud storage. It helps you to store all your information. Now, these are all the several OneNotes that I manage, right? You can see them. These are several OneNotes I manage. So when you open OneDrive, what you want to do is you want to click on Files. Now, note that the same account that you are logged in on OneDrive on your browser should be the same account you are logged in on your laptop from your settings. Once you are logged into the same account, as you're working on the OneNote on the browser, it's easy for you to open it from the OneDrive in your on your system off the browser. Now I'm going to show you that. So like this now on the folders, you can create a new folder for your online notes and all of that. You can create it right here. So you see, if you click on the plus icon right here, you see a folder. You can click on folder and it's going to create new folder. But I've created the folders I need, so I'm just going to open the folders. But let me just create a dummy folder here. So I'll create a folder here, and it asks me the name. I'll just write tests tests test note. Now, that is not what I used to name it. I usually name it the organization I work for. So like this is my personal RAF Academy. I'm still building it. Now I'm working, there's still other companies. Like as you just work, just know that you are grouping all of this OneNote. You don't want it to be scattered, right? So that's the whole point of creating a folder. So I've created this folder now. Now I click into it to enter. The folder is empty, right? So I click on plus, and now I click on OneNote notebook. So let's say that I got a student, and the name of the student is Ajib, 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 for example. And so Ajib is in, let's say Ajib is in year 5 or year 6. Okay, let's use the year 6. So I put Ajib year 6. You can actually use the full name Ajib, Ajib, let's say Ajib Crab. Yeah, I don't know what the name of the student is, but this is just an example. Ajib Crab, year 6. So that's what I use to name. Now I'll just click on create, and let's see how it automatically opens the OneNote. Now you just see how empty it's going to be. Like it's going to be blank, right? So it's blank this way. And the next thing you want to do is, now it has created Ajib Crab. You are already ready to start planning your note for that day. So let's say this is May, right? So let's say I'm teaching, this is May. So I usually will use May, and you can use May maths. You can add the subjects because you may be teaching this student 2 subjects, and you can also add the year because you may likely teach the student in 2027. So you can just add May Math 2026 for that section. Anytime you're done with May, the next thing is that you want to add a new section. Let's say for the next month, let's say when June comes, you need to name June, right? You use June. Let's say June Math. Just remember to always do this, and do not get tired of doing this because it's going to keep your work organized. And so let's get back to May Math. So right in May Maths now, you see, after naming that section, now in the page, let's say today I'm going to teach, let's say I'm going to teach addition and subtraction, right? Let's say I'm going to teach addition and subtraction. I'm just saying though. Or okay, let's even say I'm going to teach multiplication of fractions. Multiplication of fractions. Let's say I'm going to be teaching that. So I'll just put that there. I'm going to name it multiplication of fractions. This is somebody that is in year 6, right? Multiplication of fractions. Now, at any point in time, I could say that I'm no longer interested in working on the browser. I want to go to my desktop. I can do that. The main reason why I prefer to use my desktop instead of the browser, though I use my browser because it syncs as well. So I use the two of them simultaneously. So I write here, I use this because I can insert worksheets. So once I'm done teaching the slides, which I don't insert the slides, some people they do insert the slides into the OneNote page, but I don't think that's ideal. The best thing is to have the slides. Probably you upload it on Canva. When you upload it on Canva, you copy the link to the slide and you paste the link to the slide. What you want to paste here is the worksheet of the work, the independent practice that your child is going to do, or that the student you are teaching is going to do. The guided practice is usually done together with the teaching during the slide, or aside from starter quiz or starter practice or starter or introduction, right? That's not it. But what we're talking about is that what you really want to put here is you want to put the independent practice, what the person is going to do after you're done teaching by themselves, and you want to put assignment into this. So let's say that this is the topic I'm ready for. So now I'm going to insert. The next thing is to insert. So you see where I clicked, right? I just come over here and it came down. So you want to go to the insert tab. I'm teaching you now how to insert a document into here. Then you click on file. When you click on file, you click on insert file printout, not file attachment, please, file printout. I know that when you are inserting, it's not a picture per se, though you can put in pictures, you can put in videos right here. You can like video as a link, you can put in links, you can also input PDF as a printout. And anytime you want to print out the entire page, you can print out the entire page just as the links are. That is how it's going to be embedded in the PDF, right? So you click on insert file printout. When you click on this, I already have one of these worksheets already that is prepared here. So I'm just going to click on this and look at this. Just look at this. So this is just for multiplication of fractions, and it's right here. Now this topic is supposed to be multiplication and division of fractions, but I had to split it, multiplication of fractions, and I inserted the one that was just one page. Now you don't leave it like this, because you can imagine I could just come here now and maybe I'm writing and by mistake I could move it away. I mean, I could just move it away by mistake, right? So the students could also do that. The students could be working on this as it's moving like this, and they could even delete it. They will not know that they've deleted. They won't know what happened. So when you insert like this, you don't just leave it like this. You insert, then you right click. When you right click, click on set picture as background. Once you click on set picture as background, you are good. You can delete this other side. And right now, you see, I can even type on this easily without risking to delete it, right? Without risking to do anything. So that is it. Now, it doesn't just end there. Now, let's say you want to work. As far as you've been able to insert all of this, let's say that the slide, I don't know where you're going to get the slide from, but probably you're getting a slide from OneNote. Let me just get straight to the slide. I believe I should have this slide right here. Okay. So I have the slide right here. I want to go copy the link to that slide. So let this load up. Some other day I could do a video on how to get Canva for educators. If you're interested in that video, you can make a comment in the comment section and you're going to get the Canva for Education Pro for free, of course, for free. So right now this is in CanView. So I usually use CanView, but this doesn't usually, it used to be like in only you can access. You have to change it to anyone with a link. Then remember to change it to CanView. I don't like people to have edit access except I wish to. So I copy the link, I go back there and I paste it right here. Sometimes just know that sometimes this worksheet you pasted here, maybe after working, if your student wants to work on it, it may just disappear on the browser, right? They just have to refresh the page and it's going to. So let's see if this has synced well with I will show you though if this has synced well with the desktop. So if you are done, you see I've already included the slide. Let me just highlight this and increase the size. I can increase it in two ways. I can come to home here while that is highlighted and I increase let's say I increase to 28. You see it's going to be big. 28 is too big probably. I could reduce it to 20 and I'm fine, right? So like this now, we are ready for the class. If there is any other thing you want to do, you can open it in your Chrome tabs. Like let's say you want to do BlueKit, you want to do Kahoot, you want to do Wayground, you want to do IXL, you want to do Twinkle, whatever you want to do, you are done. You are done preparing for this class. If there's any other thing you want to add, probably assignment, right? But for this, depending on the student, for this student, I could say, okay, after we are done teaching, we are done through the guided practice, the independent practice, I could tell them to do 1, 2, and 3 for the guide for the independent practice, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and they should do 5 and 6. I could also choose to assign a gamified assignment for them and paste the link here. Then why there are key highlights in the classes, I could screenshot and paste it right here. I do that just to save the person's progress and save what we've done over time. Yeah, so like this now we are done. We are done. So at any point in time, if I don't like this, I can decide to delete it. But we are done with it. So let's leave here and let's get straight to OneNote. So this is OneNote. Okay, this is the I worked with. So let me just click on open other books. I want to open Ajib. Now, you see, it's already loading up on from OneDrive. Open from OneDrive. That's what I choose. If you say open from this PC, it means the OneNote is stored on your PC. That's not what you want. You want the OneNote to be stored on your OneDrive. So as it is now on, you see the most recent Ajib. If I scroll down like this, I will see all the OneNotes that I have, other OneNotes that I have. So I could also choose on manage OneNote on OneDrive personnel, and it's going to open on my browser here, right? It's going to open on my browser and it's going to bring me back here. So just in case you don't want to type OneDrive, you can also manage it or get the link directly to this place all the way from your desktop. So let's open Ajib in our OneDrive desktop. If you don't have OneDrive desktop, you can go on to Microsoft Store and install the OneDrive on the Microsoft Store, right? But if you don't want to use that one and you feel okay, you don't want to pay for Microsoft subscription, I think you can check that and know how much it is in your country. You want to do probably you want to go to any of the computer companies or shops that they can install for you a but definitely probably a paid license or shared license, whatever, but you're going to have access, right? Nothing is really free, but the tool is quite good. So it's taking time to sync. Finally, it's syncing, and you see what we've prepared now is already here. So I want to make a quick note. We've not used the drawing yet. Everything is still syncing. Okay. So before you can use this tab, you want your cursor to be right inside here. So it's still taking time to sync though. So it's still taking time to sync and the drawer tab is not activated yet. Okay, finally it is. All right, so finally it is activated. Finally it is. All right, so like this now, it's done. If you want to change the date, let's say this class is meant for, let's say it's meant for next week. Let's say it's for 24th. I can change to 24th. And let's say the class is going to hold by, let's say by 6 p.m. Okay, or let's say 5 p.m. I could fix it for 5 and it's going to be there. So let's say I have another student, probably is a group class, and I want to copy it to that student. Now, let's do that. I can easily copy it and take it to another student. So let's create another student quickly. Let's create another student. It's still like it. I can delete it anytime I want to, but let's create another student OneNote quickly. So I'm here right here, OneNote. So let's say it's, let's say they are twins, for example, and it's Ajib Tax, something like that. Let's say that's the name. So we create it and it's going to open again. Now, we don't know. We don't know. Okay, this is the another name. So we can decide to rename. All right, we can decide to rename each of them, both the section and the page. We can decide to rename each of them, both the section and the page. But this has already been created. So, but instead of me to rename, which I can do right now, and rename the page, I may decide not to. So what I do is I'll just go back to my OneNote and I want to open. So I want to open this. I want to open it right there. So we have Agip tax. You can see that. So Agip tax has shown. That's how fast it is. As fast as your internet is strong, it should sync automatically. So we have OneNote for Agip tax already. Okay, let this load up. Let this load up. Let this load up. And yes, you see, because we've not renamed anything, we can't see anything right here. But let's say like we don't want to do any of all this. We want to just go all the way to Ajib Crab, copy this exact thing. It's not just going to copy, well, you can copy the page, right? Like this is going to copy the whole information, including the date and the time, and you just go straight to Ajib tab, tax, and you right click at that side and you paste it, and it's going to be there already. But let's say you want to copy the entire section. Now I'm going to go back to Ajib Grab. Let's say it's the entire section you want to copy. What you want to do is you want to right click on this on the section May Math 2026 and you move. Okay, let's say we're not moving. Okay, yeah, let's do that. We move it to and we select. So the one we are selecting is RG tax, and we say not moving. If you move it, it's going to move it from Ajib Crab. You will not see it again. So you will have to click on copy, and it should have copied to Ajib tax. So let's check Ajib tax, and you see Ajib tax already has this is an untitled section because we copied the page, but this is the whole section that was copied. It copied both the whole section and the page. You would need this if you are just starting the section with the child. But if you already have things on that main mat, you don't want to copy a whole section. No, you just copy the page you've prepared and you paste it into that note. So, but let's say you want to start afresh, like probably it's here you want to work. So let me delete this and make this empty. So let's say I don't want to insert from my browser. I want to insert from my desktop. I notice that this is the trick that I use for it. So I go to my, let's say, okay, I already have it in my download. So I open it from here. This is what I want to print, right? Then I'll click on print. When I click on print, I ensure that the option is on send to OneNote. Do not say save as PDF. It's just going to resave it again. You are not seeing it. Send to OneNote. This is what has worked because if you try it manually by trying to go again to insert and you click on file printout, it usually still goes through the same route, like literally goes through the same route. If I just click on it, you see what's going to show me. It's going to tell me to open the PDF file. So that is what I did. So no need of doing all of this. I just had to open it on Chrome. It's taking a while to insert. It may probably insert the document, but sometimes this doesn't work for me. So I do not even use this. I just close it from here and I print it for my browser instead. So send to OneNote, I click on print. Then once I click on print, I open my OneNote and it's going to bring out a section for me. Yes, it's going to bring out a section for me. Now I need to select the right notebook I'm going to send it to. So the notebook I'm sending to is Ajib tax. I'm going to select it right under Ajib tax now. You see, I can open this or close it. So right under Ajib tax, I'm going to select on titled section because that's where I want to print it. And it's going to come out as printout. Now I can rename the printout as multiplication or fractions. Note that the date and time too is very essential. Now I have to change it. to 24. And note, you can't do all these changes of all this on the browser. You can only change the date and time on the desktop application. And like this, you're ready. Or the only thing that remains now is the slide. And let's impute the slide here again. And here we have it. You see, I've saved the slide on my I've saved it on my clipboard before, so it's quite easy. And let's just increase that. I use Control Shift and greater than sign, or you can just go straight to home again and you can increase the size. Let's choose 22. So you see, we are ready for our class. We are ready for our class like this. So the next thing you want to do is probably you want to rename the section as we did earlier. I'm going to name this June Math 2026, and that's just it. You are done. You are done. So all your sections will keep, and it's going to be very long though, but all the sections will be saving for as long as possible. As far as you have your OneNote account accessible, you access all of this. So now it's time to write. If you want to, I've showed you home. Home is like your usual. It looks like your Microsoft where you can bold in, write it leaks. You can even type normally. All right. Let's not forget to set this as background. Very important. You right click on the image or the PDF inserted. If you are inserting a whole lot of pages, let's say there's this class I'm taking, like this let's open this. So this is like science paper one, like checkpoint, and I inserted a whole lot of pages. How did I set it as background? I did not start setting each of them background one by one. No, that was so stressful. I ensured that there was no link inserted. So what I did was, as far as it was the PDF that was the first one I inserted, I selected one page, then I clicked on Control A. It's highlighted all the pages. Then I right click on one of the page, set as background, and it automatically sets background for all pages. So that is what you want to do. So let's get back to Ajib task. Right here, we are done with this. So do not forget to set this as background. Picture as background, so you can now type on it, right? You can now type on it and it's not going to delete. So like this is already set. You already understand all of this. You use tags if you want to pinpoint an assignment as important. Yes, you can use the tags like this now, or let's say this slide. I want to use this slide as a tag. Look at the tag sign here. I'll just tag it. It's going to be important. So tags, you can easily find tags. Let's say you are naming your tag as you can easily find tags. Can you see? So let's say I name another tag. Tags are very important. So let's say I come all the way to the end. And I wrote assignment, for example. Assignment. Control A, right inside that box. Let's increase it. So this is the assignment, Control B bold, and I added tag, right, from important, which is still Control +2, whatever. Now let's close this and reopen tags again. You see it has updated. So you see there are now 2 tags. So like this, if I click on this slide, it's just going to take me to the first tag. So tags help one to easily navigate where is the most important or critical part of a OneNote for the student to be able to easily access. So that's the importance of tags. Then insert, I've taught you printout. You see, you can also insert table. You can insert a spreadsheet. You can insert pictures, online videos, online pictures. You can also record an audio right inside here. I would not want to do all of that because I want to make this video as short as possible. It's practical. You can literally click on this and you start recording inside your OneNote. You can click on record video and you start recording a clip like this inside, and it's going to be embedded in your OneNote, right? You can also insert symbols and equations. Then we're coming to draw tab soon. Under history, there are some things you can do right here. You can check your notebook recycle bin. You can I don't really use this tab, really. I don't really use this. I use majorly home, insert, and draw. Then review. You can see there is not every single thing that is open here. They are the most updated OneNote. If we get the one from the Microsoft Store, you would see at some point either on, yeah, it should be under view. Yeah, under view. So under review, you can check for spellings, translate. I don't really use this as well. So, but under view, some people actually use this to that's what they call immersive reader. If you download the application from Microsoft Store, you can see immersive reader right here. But definitely, if you download that, it's going to interrupt your Microsoft Word or your Microsoft Excel or your Microsoft PowerPoint if you installed it elsewhere. Like if you use a particular, it's going to kind of interrupt it. So if you're ready to actually subscribe to Microsoft, then is just ideal. You just download the one from the Microsoft Store. Every other of their packages downloads with it, and you pay subscription. Everything is opened for you, and you have your OneDrive increased. I think it's like 1 TB for an account, except you go for a family subscription that allows like up to 6 accounts and 6 TB for sharing. I think. Yeah. Then let's get back to drawer. So I use this a lot. Note that if you're teaching and you don't have your track, your graphics tab, I don't know what you're using to write. Even if your laptop is touch screen, I don't know how you ideally want to teach on a bigger screen. Your laptop being a touch screen should be like more. It should be more like if you are using it for personal use. But if you want your system to just be on its own standing, not shaking and shaking the camera, because writing on the screen can actually shake the screen of your laptop, right? And it could affect the camera stability as you're having a class. So the best is to get a graphics tab like this and you are good. Get it connected, get it installed, and now you can use this to write. If your screen is touch screen, you can equally write on it. But like I said, that is not ideal, right? It's not ideal for a professional setup like that. Your camera will just be dwindling like that, except you have like a webcam standby away from your computer. Then and you're using the webcam, then you could probably write on the screen directly. But I would still say ideally you want to rest well on your chair. Probably you have a foam or pillow, or your chair is ergonomic and you want to rest on your padded chair comfortably and write, because you can imagine doing that, and let's say you're having like 3 classes back to back or 5 classes back to back, you get exhausted, like you get really tired. So please, ideally get a graphics tab. Yeah, and I've done a video about that, the unboxing and how to use the graphics tab, so you can check the video. I've not installed a new graphics tab of recent, but as of then, when I installed the graphics tab, I made a video about it. I hope that video will still work for you. All right, but as of then, it did work. So let's say I want to write something here. You see, I've already selected the it should not be here, it should be on one of these pens. So you see, this is like a lighter, this is a lighter one, this is a thicker one, a lighter one, a thicker one. So let's say I want to write with a black, so I selected black. These are all pen, this is eraser. So let's write first. I'm going to write Raf the Expert. So you see how very good it's right, like it doesn't lag. Just get a graphics tab, please. If you don't have, just to get a graphics tab. This also works effectively for phones, but I will not advise you to use phone to teach. Like even if it's a superb, fast, multitasking phone, you would not like it. You cannot easily switch tabs so easily. You will not enjoy it using a phone, and the screen size quite small. So some people are even they are even upgrading at some point to a monitor. So if you are using the phone for now, probably it should be like a temporary use case. Yes, it should be temporary. Or probably you don't have a phone, a power backup right now. You and your system dies, you can use phone. But I say ideally, if you are going to work for premium clients, you don't want to use phone to work for premium clients. No, 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 no. You can go on and find how to get a laptop. Yes, is ideal. So, and this is where it's going to, if this is where this graphics tab will effectively work. It does not mean it cannot work on your phone, but it's going to work perfectly on your laptop, right? So we are already done writing. So, okay, like this one, let's just write again. 2 times 8, 16 plus 6, 22 over 8, right? And we have 22 over 56 equals to 11 over 28. And we can call that's the answer for this. So like this is, you see how it's easy to write over here. Then the next thing you want to do is, okay, let's say you want to erase. You just select the eraser, ensure you said use the large eraser. You can use other kind of erasers though. You can use medium and small. I use a large eraser, and I just can erase effectively like this. Yeah, so if it's your yeah, so just the whole eraser like that. So, and it's just going to erase everything. Yeah. So if you're done with that, probably you want to highlight something. Let's choose purple. I want to highlight this fraction. You see, I'm able to highlight it. It's usually much more effective with this graphics tab. It's usually much more because it's controlled. Your hand is in full control than the mouse cursor that is faster than a swift shift. So it's more ideal to use a graphics tab. I'm done with teaching drawing. That's it. That's everything about the OneNote. OneNote is not difficult. And all of these that I've done now, it's going to automatically sync. It will sync with the one on the browser. Let's go check what we just drew and let's see if it's right here. So all the things we've been doing on Ajib tab, let's check if, okay, let's open Ajib. Let's open Ajib tab. Let's refresh this page. Yeah, so Ajib tax, let's open it and let's see what we've been doing all the way. It should have synced by now. If it has not synced, they just right click on this, check note sync status and say sync all, or you sync the exact note that you want. And it's just going to automatically sync all of that. Can you see? It's just going to automatically sync all of that. It's just sync it up to date and you are good. It will just sync it up to date and it's still syncing Ajib tab, probably because Ajib tab is open. Then once you are done with that, go back here and let's check what is on the note. I'm concluding the video right now. Okay, good. So you see the main maths, multiplication table, and this is what it is. So let's go to June maths. And you see this is what it is, but it's yet to sync. It's yet to sync what we've done so far. Let's check what was there. We were working on June maths. And we had multiplication. So let's get back to June maths. Yes, June maths. There are two tabs there. So there are two pages. So switch from the untitled page and go to multiplication of fractions. And you see it, everything synced well here. You see everything we did here is all good. The tags we added, they are still here, and everything we did. Now, if you want to print this, you can print it from anywhere. I'll go back here. You want to print this as PDF, you can just click here as print, and you choose a printer, and you can be able to export it as a PDF. Yes, you can do that. You can do that. You can export this as a PDF. It's very possible. Yes, so you just have to change it and say print to PDF and you are good to go. You can export this as, and you just click on print and you are good to go. Then if you want to share, let's say of course, you need to share the link with your student. You click on share. It's going to load up get a sharing link. I prefer sharing from here. Get a sharing link. You create an edit link if you want them to be able to write on the OneNote. Of course, you don't want them to just view. If you only want them to view, probably if you are teaching like 20, maybe 16 students have access or 20 students have access to that OneNote, you want to show it as create view link, then they can print out the page you have prepared as PDF and they can work individually and probably scan it back. But if all of them have access, if all of them have access to their individual OneNote, then give them edits access, right? And you just copy it and you go to, right now we are on I'm using Zoom to record. Let me stop sharing. I just come all the way to the chat in Zoom, and of course you can't see the chat right here because chat on Zoom is private, so it doesn't even record this what I'm doing right now on the chat. And I'll paste it, Ctrl V, and send it, and that's it. And the child will be able to click on it and access. I hope this was helpful. If you've gained value from this video so far, do not forget to subscribe and share to every other person that has been asking for this video. Like, some people are paying a whole lot to learn how to use OneNote, to learn how to use a lot of tools. But right here, I'm giving it for free. Like, only your time is required to watch this video, and probably duplicate your screen like side by side. So as you're watching the video, you are trying your best to get this done. Like I said before, you can get OneNote from Microsoft Store, or you can just go to any computer store that they install softwares, and they will be able to install it for you. But just going to Microsoft Store on your systems, Microsoft Store is on your system, and you can search for OneNote and install it. I hope this was helpful to everybody. Take care, do have a nice day, and bye for now. Bye.